Now I'm going to start out with a pack of spare ribs, and these you can find at most local grocery stores. It's about 3 pounds. This one says 3.12 pounds, and that's what we want to start out with. And now the first thing that I want to do is just try to remove as much of this fat off of the spare ribs as possible without cutting the meat off as well. Now once I have all of the fat cut off of my spare ribs, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle them with the meat tenderizer. There goes my phone. Hang on one sec. So as I was saying, I just went to sprinkle it with my meat tenderizer, and I'm just going to use my hands to rub it in and just make sure that it gets all over each piece of the spare ribs. And once that is mixed in, then I'm just going to add the soy sauce and then the Shaoxing wine. And again, after I'm going to use my hands just to mix it in and make sure it gets on each piece of the meat. Okay, and now I'm just going to sprinkle in my cornstarch, and again I'm going to use my hands to make sure that it gets evenly distributed. And once the ribs are thoroughly coated with the marinade, I'm just going to cover them and let them marinate for about 30 minutes at room temperature. Now here I have all of the ingredients for my sauce, and so to my water, which I already have in my mixing bowl, I'm just going to add the sugar, the soy sauce, and my vinegar, and I'm just going to mix this all together. And to thicken the sauce, I'm just going to mix the cornstarch with just a little bit of water, and just until it dissolves. And once the oil reaches about 350, you can go ahead and slowly, using tongs, place the spare ribs into the oil. About 4 at a time so as not to overcrowd the wok. And after about 2.5 to 3 minutes, you just want to carefully remove them and then place them on a plate lined with paper towels. And once the temperature reaches 350 once again, we will place the first batch in that had already been cooked. And we just want to let them cook another 3 to 5 minutes or until crispy. And once you see that they're beginning to become brown and crisp on the outside, you just want to remove them and then place them on another clean plate with lined paper towels. And then you want to make sure that your oil comes up to 350 again, and then fry the next batch the same way. And once all of your ribs are nice and crispy and brown in color, then you just want to remove all of the oil from the wok and wipe the wok out. And once the wok is wiped out, we can go ahead and add in our sauce and just heat it on high. And once the sauce starts to come to a boil, we just want to go ahead and add in the cornstarch. And then we want to stir until the sauce becomes thick. And once the sauce starts to thicken, we can return the ribs to the wok and then just stir to coat. And once your ribs are coated with the sauce, then you can remove them from the heat. Once the ribs are done, then you can just place them on a plate to be served. Enjoy!